Here's a key sentence in what follows: the global ocean returns some of its heat to the atmosphere. Also, useful links are found below in the description box. East Siberian Sea methane bomb. The below essay came from a YouTube comment found at TDV. Pertinent links from this essay point to the writer's sources. We seldom find these ideas in social media and commercial media. The methane threat to our planet's heat balance for biodiversity, human and non-human, belongs in our daily news. Some minor paragraph editing was added for reading ease. East Siberian Sea. The methane is already escaping into the atmosphere. That has been observed in both 2019 and 2020. Many people think that this rapid increase in atmospheric methane will happen after the Arctic goes ice-free. I think it will happen during the final years of the Arctic ice. There is no doubt that the Arctic is warming far faster than any other part of the world. Now imagine an Arctic due to the much higher methane concentration warming up 60 degrees Celsius during all periods of the year. How long would the Greenland ice sheet last then? Right now the Arctic is seeing periods where it is 30 degrees Celsius warmer, but there really hasn't been a sudden release of methane into the atmosphere from the Eastern Siberian Sea, not yet at least. But it is coming, and I think everyone, once they look at the PIOMAS charts, can say that it will happen soon. I came up with a theory almost a decade ago where I thought that if the jet streams of the northern and southern hemispheres were to weaken enough that they would merge at the equator. Years after, my theory proved to be fact, and the jet streams did in fact cross the equator. At the time of my theory I thought of the possible ramifications, and one of them was a fairly major one. Jet streams crossing the equator over the Pacific would interfere with the trade winds and cause more frequent El Niño events. This would lead to even more warming for the Earth. It is essentially another feedback loop. On this planet there really is no borders for feedback loops. They do interact with each other. To assume that warming in the future will just continue in a nice linear line is, in my opinion, sheer stupidity. It is already escalating exponentially. Just take a good look at what has happened in the last 20 years and show me another 20-year period where the same sort of changes have occurred. You can't, because there wasn't one. I think under the right circumstance the Greenland ice sheet can melt completely in just a matter of years. Wind, warmth, and rain can do wonders to ice. And the methane in the East Siberian Sea is waking up pretty damn fast with disappearing ice. That is what we should be looking at. That is the driver now. How much and how fast? The underwater methane hydrates can be almost a mile in thickness in the Arctic seabed. But methane hydrates are not just in the Arctic. It is found along the coasts of every continent, and warmer waters destabilize it. Since we only care about what the methane is doing in the immediate future, let's stop using the GWP of methane that relates to a 100-year time frame. Saying methane is only 25 times stronger than CO2 when in the first year it is 155 times stronger, according to the Arctic Methane Emergency Group, AMEG, then CO2 is really just scientific malpractice and does nobody any good. We have to use the correct data if we want to stop seeing faster than expected headlines. Obviously we cannot rely on the models as the IPCC does. The models don't account for all of the feedback loops. I guarantee you that it does not factor in an increased frequency of El Niño events. There have been 5 separate El Niño events since 2014. 5 in 6 years, and there is currently a strong jet stream crossing the Pacific Ocean. I think we are in the midst of seeing back-to-back El Niño events. The oceans is returning some of its stored heat back to the atmosphere. The cup is full and is now overflowing. Again, look at the PIOMAS charts. There are dips where the Arctic ice falls, and they occur in El Niño years. With us being so close to seeing a blue ocean event, it is just a matter of having another El Niño event to push things once again faster than expected.